Shielding practice for grounding and getting rid of anxiousness. There are times when life gets you on edge, and a shielding practice is a great way to quell some of that nervous energy. And with a regular and established meditation practice, I still like to shield myself. I feel like it just really helps to keep me grounded and helps to center me. It's because I feel like I use my own energy and those of my ancestors and relations to create a shield around myself to protect me as I go throughout my life. In my own life, I use the smoke cleansing on a Sunday or Monday morning to prepare for the week. I feel this protection when I'm commuting to work on the busy highway and interstate. I feel it when I hear and see negative energy put out by others. I know my own shielding will deflect that. I feel this protection in life's ups and downs, knowing that my ancestors and relations who have passed on before me are helping me to use that energy to help me stay strong. This practice has its roots in Native American tradition as well as Far Eastern traditions. So I kind of like blended both of them, adapted it to my lifestyle, and here we are. So there are two ways to do a energy shielding practice. One is with smoke cleansing. The smoke cleansing version I use here at the beginning of the week is a way to dispel negative energy and bring in more positive energy. I use a sage stick. It dispels negative energy. It's actually scientifically proven to clear the air, and it sanctifies it. Sage gets rid of negative energy such that I really think that you can feel it. Sage grass, or excuse me, sweetgrass, on the other hand, encourages positive energy and also makes the air sacred. You can see that I use it a lot. And I do this at the beginning of each week. I imagine a shield surrounding me with the energy of these two things. So I'm going to show you what I do. So the materials you'll need is a sage stick, a sweetgrass stick, matches, grab those, matches, a feather. I like to use one that I found when I was walking on the lake a couple years ago. And it's optional to use a feather. And any favorite stones or crystals. I love my amethyst right here. I usually do this after meditation because I'm already in a very calm, very centered state. You can do this before meditation if you'd like, or if you're not a meditator, the early morning is as good time as any. So you will light your candle. I forgot to mention that you actually need that too. And you'll take 3 deep breaths and close your eyes. Allow your mind to settle into this practice. And just know that your mind won't settle really. It won't empty, it won't get still unless you're an Olympic meditator, by the way. If you don't know what that means, head to the website for the post on the brains of long-term meditators. But when you're ready, take the bundle of sage and gently light it in the candle flame. And as you do that, it might light up just a little bit, and that's okay. And you'll blow it out so that it smolders. So you can kind of see the smolder. The aroma is just so incredible. And you'll take your feather, optionally, you don't have to do this, and then you waft it down your legs, or excuse me, well, you want to start with the head first. So you go around the head and then down your legs. Cover the arms both ways. And while you're doing that, while you're covering your body, and then you finish up at the head, and yeah, if you don't have a feather, you can just waft it this way. No big deal. But while you're working with the sage, this is the time that you want to call upon your ancestors and relations. Some people like to call their angels and relations, but that through the sage, You ask them to shield and protect you as you begin your week. So you imagine their energy from the great beyond, whatever that looks like for you, coming through to guide and protect you with this energy shield. This shield clears out negative energy from around you, the body, and the mind. While the sage is still smoking, you can then close your eyes and imagine all 7 of your chakras, starting with the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the sacral, or excuse me, the solar plexus, the now I'm on the spot to remember them all, down to the root chakra. And those are little balls of light. And you imagine those little balls of light in their individual colors of the rainbow, growing and expanding in energy until they grow and expand over your whole body. And together with the sage, together with your ancestors and relations, you create this shield where you feel grounded and protected. When you have finished with the sage, you'll grab your bundle of sweetgrass and go ahead and light that in the flame. This is a little harder to light than the sage is. You can probably hear it trying to light right now. It's a little harder to light, and so I leave it in the flame a little bit longer because once it's lit, it actually won't stay lit that long unless you really kind of engulf it, which I don't recommend. You can kind of see the little sage, and now it's smoking, or a little bit of smoke. And it is smoking enough to go ahead and cleanse with. So again, you start at the head. I didn't explain that very well at the outset. Then you move down the legs, the arms, back up to the head. And as you do that, you're calling upon your ancestors and relations to protect you in your growing shield. What's beautiful about the sweetgrass is that it brings in positive energy. And so you can use that shield of positive energy in your airspace to prepare you for the week. And again, you'll imagine all your chakras, your energy centers, as little beads of light. And then they grow to expand and turn into white light to encompass your whole body. I have to smell it a little bit. It's such a heavenly scent. Once you're finished, then just go ahead and spend a few moments imagining that shield around you. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you're ready to begin your week. You can do a cleansing or shielding without doing a smoke cleansing as well. And this is one that you can use anytime, anywhere. Let's say you're just needing to feel a little bit more grounded. There's a lot going on around you. There's a huge crowd around you, or just anything that kind of gets you feeling a little jittery. You can bring yourself back down using this practice. I call it shielding while out in the world. You'll go off somewhere and find a quiet spot, mostly because A, you want to go inward, but B, just having other people staring at you doing this is a little interesting. You'll put your hands on your hips to assume what's the power pose. I'm seated right now, but you can kind of see, I kind of have my hands on my hips. And this is the power pose. If you do any yoga, that's part of this. And you'll take 10 deep breaths, but not just deep breaths where it's this throat lung thing. Try to breathe through your diaphragm where you extend your belly and bring it back in. And you breathe in for 4 seconds. You hold for 7, and then you breathe out for 8. This is actually stimulating the relaxation response in the body, which does help to calm you down so that you can do this practice and feel really centered in doing so. So you'll breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and breathe out for 8. And you do that 10 times. And you want to keep your eyes closed or capped, capped meaning that they're halfway closed and you have a kind of a soft, unfocused gaze. And again, you imagine those energy centers, your chakras, as little beads of light in their individual colors. And you imagine those lights growing and growing until they fuse with each other, growing and enveloping your body until you are surrounded by a white light. When you have imagined that, then you can silently repeat to yourself, I am grounded. I am protected. I am safe. You can continue to breathe, close your eyes, keep them capped. And in those few minutes that you're standing there breathing, you can also imagine your feet growing roots. And in those roots, you're actually pulling grounding energy from the earth to help you stay centered and calm. And so you can take a few more moments to imagine that. And then when you feel ready, open your eyes and return to your day. So that's a practice that I use throughout the week when I want to feel a little bit more grounded. But I usually start my week with a smoke cleansing because I feel different when I do that. It's pretty amazing. I hope this gives you some ideas for your own practice, and until next time, bye.